Tags are very important. Those what tags are those? Title tag, heading tags, paragraph tag, link tag, list tags, image, table tags, form tags, script tags, horizontal tags. Those are called break tags. So you have these are all called tags. Okay, you need to learn before coming to the class is tags. I will send you the information uh, to the I will send you the information what else you have to study for this HTML and CSS. Okay, so in everything goes inside the body, it appears on the web page. So right now I'm writing tag called h1. Okay, h1 we use welcome to HTML and CSS. Okay, welcome to HTML and CSS. So everything goes inside the body appears on the web page. Everything goes inside the body appears on the web page. So the other thing is called one more thing. Okay, so body is a element. Everything is in HTML is an element. Everything is called an element. Everything is called an element. So if I run this, if I run open with the live server, so you can see welcome to HTML and CSS. So if you put the cursor on the X point, you can see the title introduction to HTML. So this one address number, address I will discuss later, but we don't need to worry about this address. So this is the h1 tag. Okay, we use h1 tag for a header sections. H1 tag we use. So see, if you see this one here, right? But if you use header section, um, I copy this one, then if I write header, um, then introduction to HTML, now you can see the format has been changed. So this is the header section. So right now I'm going to keep as before. Okay, welcome to HTML and CSS. But and also I'm gonna write p tag. Okay, there are h1 tags are 6 tags: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. Now I'm teaching about p. This is a paragraph tag. If I type LOREM then enter, you can get a boilerplate duplicate text. When you type LOREM and enter, you can see the paragraph. So it's generated by the code itself, the program itself. So this is called a paragraph. So paragraph, so this is a p tag represents a paragraph, h1 tag represents a um, header tag. There are 6 header tags. So h1 is the highest one, h2, so h3, h4, h5, h6. So if you increase the number, then it will decrease the size. Okay, welcome to HTML and CSS, HTML headings, h4, h5, h6. So I don't know, I don't need this one. I'm going to delete. Okay, go ahead, Uma. You have a question? Yes.
Sir, what if the header, sir, we want same size to all H1 to H6?
Okay, so say it again. Can you? I'm so sorry, I have a hard time hearing.
What if we want uh, same size same size of heading to all the subheadings from H1 to H6, same size?
Oh, from h1 to h, see, you have to have a, if you want to have a same size, make sure that you have to use the same tag, h1 tag.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so if you want to use same, so I'm duplicating. So if I come here, you can see same size. Okay, If the sizing,
Okay, sir.
if the number increases, then the text font size will decreases. Okay, make sense? Okay, so this is the tag. So this is a paragraph tag, this is a heading tag. There are 6 such heading tags, but only one paragraph tag. Any questions so far? Okay, so I'm not going very fast. Okay, but our goal is within 5 to 6 classes we will finish this first project. We will build a e-commerce website. And also I use a div tag. Make sure that when you open a tag you have to close a tag. So I'm going to take one more div tag. So this div tag called a parent div tag. Inside parent div tag called other div tag is a child div tag.
Child.
So here I will show you the best platform is W3 School. Div HTML. Div is also a container. Okay, div is also part of like type of container. You can group things together. It divisions things. It divides things too. Defines a division. So divides things are a section in an HTML document. A tag is used to container for HTML elements. Like I said, container. Container means container has some more small things. Like a big box has some
Yes,
small
yes.
things, which is then styled with CSS or manipulated with the JavaScript. Styling for action we use for JavaScript. For styling we use CSS. The div tag is easily styled by using class or ID attribute. So this is known as a selector. Okay, I will teach you what are the selectors. Any sort of content can be put inside div tag. By default, browsers always place a link break before the after the div element. So okay, so right now div is like a container. Okay, so you put things together. Let's say you have a big box. Instead of having small boxes, 10 boxes, then you what you did, you putting all the small boxes into everywhere. Then you decided to let's take a big box, then put it together, everything together. So okay, so we put things, um, then you can give a class name. Okay, so make sure that you have to know, you have to learn class. So classes we use it in a CSS, those are called selectors. I will teach you. Okay, so okay, so here I'm giving class name called let's say apple. So if I affect this class, it affects everything inside whatever has the code. This class affects everything. Okay, because whatever inside of this class it affects. So I'm gonna give id, one id. So I'm giving a name, let's say mango. Okay, mango. So one first class is a apple, second id is a mango. Okay, so here why do we need to use this one? We use this one to style the property. We use this one for the style the property. So you can do styling in a two ways. One way you can do it here in the same file, HTML file. Other ways you can do it in create a new file called CSS. But right now I'm going to do here. I will show you here, then we will go move forward. So style style. Okay, so I did here style. Make sure that style tag goes above the body. Okay, here you have to use a dot extension. Okay, and then class name I use apple, then curly braces. Okay, so um, now if I use anything else for the background color, uh, so background color for what is the background color for what? So let's say I give here uh, something. Okay, I'm giving here for something, let's say I love India. Okay, I love India. Then I give a, so this is called a selector, CSS selector. The rules, do not use a empty rules for CSS, empty rules. Okay, so dot apple. Okay, now use, always use a apple. So now I'm giving a background color. I'm giving background color maybe brown. Okay, so if I go to my web page, if you see, only it affects the class. Okay, I will teach you why it does not. See, if I copy here, it does not affect the same here when I press on it. So these we called these sections in the later, but now see, if you see, we focus on this class. So which class I focused on? So only apple class. I focused on only apple class. What does apple class focused on? Okay, so so now I'm going to write something called I miss India. Okay, I miss India. Make sure that if I put here, it goes to the same I miss India. Okay, if I put this one, because it affects the same thing here. um, but now what if I wanted to um, style this one ID? So I have to come here. So make sure when I type when I type ID, when you type class, you have to use a dot selector. Okay, dot app name, this is called selector. So this is a class selector. Now I'm going to use for mango. So for mango, because mango is an ID, you have to use a slash operator, then write the class name. Okay, then you give the background color. I give the blue. So I love India, I miss India. Now I love India. So see, okay, the, the main thing you have to understand here, this class, where this div tag is closed here. Okay, this is the open tag and this is the closed tag. Okay, what it does is, if I write anything in the parent class, it also affects in the child class. Okay, if I don't give any styling for child class, what does the child class do is, child class takes the color from the parent class. Make sense? If you don't understand, ask me a question, because we have to understand each line when we build the project. You don't need to use a Google. You can use Google, but you don't need to use a chat GPT, because I want you to be confident to build your own website. Any questions for, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so make sure that this is a parent div. If the parent div has, what is a parent class? Apple. So let's say if I remove this one, what will happen is, parent affects the even children too. Parent affects children both, but I don't want, because I have already created my ID. Then I wanted to use my ID class. So ID, for ID you have to use a slash operator and the ID name. Okay, now I give a green for the background. See, I love India, this means this one, this child. Okay, the parent class is outside. Makes sense, right? Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, so now what are the tags we have? We have other tag, h1 tag. I'm also affecting on h1 tag. So I'm writing color blue. So h1 tag affected a color blue. Then this class, the parent class div tag is apple. I give a color for green. Then inside I love India for the mango. I love India for this one, mango, this one. So it's overlap. Okay, brown for apple, brown what is Apple has? This class has something. I miss
Child.
India. Okay, for this class as I love. So this is the child div. This is the parent div. Parent div as I miss India. Child div as I love India.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, makes sense, right? Now you understand. And then I also
Yes,
focused
yes,
on
sir.
H1 tag for the coloring. Any doubts so far? Okay, so now I'm going to teach you few more things. Okay, so right now you have to learn few things, five things. First one, class selector. Okay, first one is class selector. Second one is id selector. CELECTOR. Okay, okay, class selector, id selector, then element selector. Element selector. Okay, first one is a class selector, second one is id selector, third one is element selector, fourth one is descendant selector. This is called descendant. Descendant selector. Okay, fourth one is descendant selector, fifth one is child selector. Child selector. How many selectors we have?
Four,
Oh,
five,
four,
four,
because
four,
you are
four,
not
five
counting this.
selector.
No, five. Class selector, id selector, element selector.
ID
We
selector,
used
element
three.
selector.
This is a class, means you have to use a dot operator. When you select a dot operator,
Okay.
you use a dot selector. Okay, so for class, what we use class for dot operator.
Dot selector.
For the
Dot
id,
operator.
for id we use a slash operator.
Hash.
Okay,
Slash operator.
for elements we just use a element name. Okay, we just use a element name. Okay, so so far do you have any doubts here?
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's say, so I'm going to do one thing here. um, so let's say I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove all this. Okay, so now I'm creating okay, I'm creating. So I'm going to talk about two other selectors, descendant and child. So I think you already know child, we discussed. So div. Okay, now I'm going to use one div tag here. So here I'm giving id. Okay, id equal to, I'm writing mango. Okay, just for to namesake. So I'm writing this is mango. Okay, so one I closed here. Next one, I'm taking one more div. What happened? Okay, so 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 if the link is getting closed, and so then click the new link. Okay, so um, I'm writing one more one div is called id mango, and I am creating one more div. Then I'm here giving uh, name called class. I'm giving a class name is, what is our class name? I'm giving apple. Okay, so now I'm going inside. Whatever between the div tag, this body content displays on the web page. I'm writing here apple is fruit. Apple is fruit. Okay, so now I'm creating one more. um one more div called class. Okay, class. So I'm giving apple, and then I'm writing here. So apple. Um,
Is red.
okay. So okay, div. So here I have to tell you something. Class is equal to uh, apple. Okay. So saying apple sorry apple apple is red. Okay, so make sure that understand the differences. Div class equal to apple. Apple is tasty. Apple something you can write it down. Okay, tasty. Okay, I closed the tag. So did you notice anything common? Is there any common thing?
Apple.
The
Apple.
class name is always common. How can I know
Common.
what if I focus this class? What will happen to these two classes? What will happen to what will happen to
They come under one section, I
okay,
think.
so first thing here you have to remember one thing is uh, one thing you have to remember is called um, so when you have a same class like 1 2 3 has the same class name, what it does is when you create a file, it takes only the first one, whatever the first class is.
Mango.
No, mango is a different, this is not a class, this is id.
Okay.
Okay, so this is completely different. Here one class, two class, three classes has the same class name apple. If I focus on a class, it only affects this one by default, it does not affect these two. So now what I'm going to do is, okay, um, for now I'm going to delete this one. Okay, but when you watch video, okay, I'm gonna save, I'm gonna create a called file. So I'm going to give a file name is called demo.css. Okay, css is stands for cascade style sheeting. Okay, style sheets, cascade style sheets. So here, so if I wanted to focus on all the classes, then you have to focus on the element. What is the element here? Div. So if I focus on the div, I'm giving color. Let's say I take green. Okay, so and for the this one, for this one I need to use a id mango. I give a red. Make sure that when you want to focus on a class, how do you focus on a class? What is the formula for focusing on class? How do you write class? Dot and class name, open close curly brackets, then you can put the things on here. Then I will teach you here what this is called a property and this is called a value. What is this? Is left side one value, left side thing called a property, and right side thing is called a value. So color is a property. What is the property of the color? Value is a green. Okay, so if I go here, so if I come to my page, so does it affect anything here?
No, only class.
No, it's not affecting my colors. Why it is not affecting? Anyone can guess? If you are in the class, you can make sure that you have to be active. Otherwise, I'm going to remove the class, remove you from the class. So make sure you have to answer, because we are learning, not copying and pasting or anything. My goal is to help you learn to be self-reliant soon. So make sure that if it's not affecting means, which means you are not included this file in the HTML folder. So after title, so you have to write, so auto generated link, um, reference, style sheet, href equal to file name. This is the formula demo.css. Now if I come here, you can see it's affected.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
see mango is only red, I put the color red. But if I target on the element, see, if I target on the element, what will happen? It affects all the elements. So I'm removing this one. I'm only putting class name apple. I'm giving it only green. What it affects? This one or this one or this one. So if you
First
have the
one.
same class names, by default it only takes the first one. See,
Fruit, fruit.
Yes, sir.
so but here it's not affecting. Why?
The mango only. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We reference link there.
No, we already put the reference link here. So see, what is the file name? Demo.css, right? So you put the demo.css link, reference, then equal to style sheet href demo.css. And if come, so it's not affecting. So make sure that if I go here, I give a, let's say I give yellow. It's if it's affecting three things. By default it only affects one class. It's supposed to affect one class. For now, just don't focus on the class here. Now focus on the div. Then I will teach you why it's happening. Okay. Okay, so we will learn this one by default. So
So div can be changed. Whole paragraph is saying like that, right?
yeah, this is the div. Right now I'm, yeah, if you focus on the element, okay, rules for rules. If you focus on the element, it affects all the elements. What is the element name here? Div.
Div.
Yeah.
Okay,
Div.
let's say I'm giving, suppose h1, right? Then I'm focusing on, so if I focusing on only h1, h1 means what is h1 here?
Header, yeah.
Header, definition of the header. So see, if I focus on elements, if it affects all the elements. So by default I don't need this one for, but for the purpose I'm showing you what it affects. So I don't need this one for now. If you target an element, it affects everything. Okay, right now I'm going to focus on the class. I'm going to focus on class, but I give you a green. Okay, so if I come here, if I target, it's not affecting anything. It's not affecting anything. Why it's not affecting anything? When you focus on the element, it only takes the element. It's not takes the individual class. So I'm going to teach you why it's not taking. But anyways, these are called selectors. Okay, these are called selectors. Okay, so right now, okay, that's the thing. Do you have any questions for so far? Do you have any questions from here and there? Because we are going to build slowly. Make sure we are learning rules, how to build a website in 5 days, 5 to 15 class periods. By the end of the course, you're more confident. By end of the course, you're self dependent, self reliant. You don't need any help. Ani. If you guys have any questions, make sure that don't forget to click the link if it's done. I already posted other link on WhatsApp. Okay, Ravi, you have question?
Sir, once go to our program, there we say ID, mango.
Okay, red.
Yes, sir. What if there is no Apple class?
If there is no Apple class, it does not affect. So see, one more thing here you have to remember is, if you focus on element ID selector, it's only affects only the same thing, only for the mango.
Yes.
At the same time, if you focus on class, it only affects on class. But if you focus on the element, what will happen? If you focus on the element, it affects entire all the elements. whatever if I'm focusing on div, it affects all the div elements.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so let's say if I give a class name here, apple 1 and apple 2, I'm going to remove this one. Okay, so I'm going to remove, I'm come here, dot apple. Okay, so I give a green, apple 1 I give a blue, apple 2 I give a yellow. So if I go here, see, every individual class has a different color. Did you see?
Yes, sir.
Apple fruit,
Yes, sir.
apple red, and apple tasty is yellow, blue, green, and then red is the mango. This is a different thing. But if you wanted to focus on everything for one thing, oh, I wanted to all of my elements in the same red class, then you don't need a class. Just remove the class, put the div tag,
Okay.
color blue. Okay, makes sense right now? Okay, so do you have any questions about each line of code? Do you have any questions about each line of code?
No, sir.
Okay, so I removed this project already. So okay, so you understand everything, right? So title goes on the above. Whatever inside you have, it's on the body on the web page. Okay, so make sure that if you don't understand, ask me. I can help you. But if you,
Question.
yes, sister, go ahead.
If you write the P, so it will affect all the paragraph or just
See, if I, how many elements I have for p elements, p
just
tags,
one?
one. So
Yeah.
it's only affects one p. So let's say I'm gonna write one more p. I'm going to write, hi, this is Vinod from India. So INDIA, something we written. Now if I come here, if I focus on p, sorry, p color green. So if I come here, see, it affects two paragraphs. Make sense?
Yes. Yeah,
So
thank.
yeah, rule is rule things. If you focus on element covers for all the same elements, same tags. But if you focus on individual thing, class or id, it only focus on one thing. Makes right, sister? But I told you
Yes.
at the beginning, if you have a div tag, parent div tag and children div tag, if you focus on the parent, what it does, it affects all the children. Anyways, so that's for okay, any other questions for anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, so okay, go ahead, Ravi.
Okay.
Call is about to end. Make sure that please click the link. I'm going to
Okay.
click the
Okay.
link, leave the other class, click the link.
Okay.
Hmm. Sister, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க sister? I'm so happy to see you.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Sure.
You're my Tamil sister from other mother.
Rest of no Tamil.
Yeah, but I think few people understand Tamil. Karthik பேசு தமிழ் பேசுது.
Okay.
Sister, புரிஞ்சுச்சா sister?
புரியுது.
Thanks, sister. Okay, I'm happy that we finished understanding everything goes inside the body, it affects. Okay, first question, what is our first project?
E-commerce.
website. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to remove everything from the body. Okay, I'm going to remove everything from the body. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take one h1 h1 tag. Okay, here I'm writing um, see mother will there is a one thing, one quote when I heard when I was very young. Mom will show you when you are young, if you don't eat food, mom will say, hey, there is a moon, if you don't
Sir,
eat this moon. Yeah,
screen share, please.
was that?
Please share screen share,
Sir,
sir.
your screen is
Screen share, yeah.
sharing with us.
So no, I'm just telling you one thing. There is a one old saying, mom will show you uh, moon if you don't eat food, but wife will
Okay,
show you
okay, okay.
stars if you don't listen to her. So here, but I'm just joking, every wife is different. Sister Dolly is very nice, she is my sister from Tamil Nadu. So I'm writing here one text. Okay,
Thank
for
you, brother.
yeah. So I'm writing here maybe let's say stars in the sky. Okay, stars in the sky. I'm going to my website. Oh, stars in the sky. Okay, now first thing is, first you have, see, for HTML and CSS you need to know two things. One is creating an element, then for that element you have to do a CSS styling, creating an element, styling an element. Okay, two things. Okay, first I created an HTML element is called a stars in the sky. Then what you have to give, in order to affect the color, you have to give a, what you have to give, I'm giving a class. Our class name is uh, double quotes stars. Okay, what is our class name?
Start.
Start.
But it doesn't affect the anything here. Why it's not affected anything?
You have to link with CSS code.
In the link.
So because this properties, this elements, this class, this id, we didn't have it, I deleted already. Now what I have to do, so if I wanted to focus h1 element, how can I do it? I will ask people who, if I ask someone, they have to answer the question. I'm going to ask first Karthik from Tamil Nadu, how you gonna affect the class? So it's okay if you don't know, that's fine. Yeah, next Uma.
Sir,
How do you
uh,
how do you write class in CSS folder file?
sir, come again.
So
Uh,
I wanted to affect this class. I wanted to have some styling. So but
yeah, sir.
how can I style?
Reference.
Uh, we entered dot class
Yes, that's good.
start dot starts
Dot class name. What is our class name here?
starts
Start.
Starts. Don't say moons. Okay. START starts. Okay.
yes,
Now I'm giving
color.
color. Let's say there are so many things we have. So color, left side thing is called a property, right thing, right side thing is called a, I don't like black, maybe blue.
Gold.
Okay, so yeah, you can put any color. Stars in the sky. So do you guys understand?
Yeah.
In order to affect star class, you have to use a dot operator. Dot class name. This is called selector. Okay, this is all called CSS selectors. Okay, so whatever you focus, you focus. Now I'm going to focus on, let's say I'm going to change this one to let's say maybe pink. Okay, pink. Next so this is all how we practice. Okay, background color, I'm giving a background color only for It does not affect background color means it only affects which one? Does it affects all the elements in the body?
No.
No.
What it affects? Only for the one element,
Class.
which whatever the class we are focusing on. Right now I'm focusing on the starts class. So background color I'm giving blue. Let's see. Oh, stars in the sky, blue. Okay. I will teach you about why this, it does not affect these all things. I will teach you in the later, in the advanced section. But now, okay, these all called, we learned how to style these things. But rest of the things, now we are going to focus on some other things. So you can have you can, I'm going to write here uh, notes notes dot txt. You can have notes here, you can have your own notes. I'm going to write here measurements. So measurement, you know measurement theory, so you guys know, right, what are the measurements means? Okay. So now we are focusing on width. Okay, width, height,
Length.
measurements, units, and then width, height, pixels, percentage. Okay, very important things. Okay, now you know how to create an element, how to style the element. Now we have to focus on these 5 things. If you don't understand, ask me. Okay, but by the end of the course you have to do your own. Okay, so we are going to focus on one by one. Okay, so you know width and height. Let's say I'm going to remove this one. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div tag. Inside div I'm giving text message. I'm giving text message, and I'm giving a text message. Then so this is affects. Okay, text message comes here. Did you see the text message? Okay, now what I'm going to do is class, I'm giving a class name message. Okay, I'm giving a class name is called message. So okay, so I'm going to, how can I focus on class sister Dolly? If I wanted to affect this class, how can I start in the CSS folder? What is the formula? How do we start class?
I forgot the name. Div dot.
Oh yeah, only for classes dot. This is called selectors. So this is called selectors. When you come here, dot. What is a class name?
Can you go back and just message?
Message. Okay, great. MESSAGE message. Okay. So now I'm going to give a width. Okay. Width I'm giving 50%. Okay. 50%. So you don't see anything right now. Okay, now I'm going to show you with the CSS percentage. Okay, with the property I think okay, so what does the width do? Property sets the width of an element. I already told you, if it's width means a property, what do you call the right side thing? Left side thing is the color is the property. Pink is the, if you don't know, say no, then I can say, otherwise we won't, we are going to waste time.
Element.
No, element is something open and close tag. Okay, so anyone can answer. Left side thing is a property, right side thing called. So there is no right or wrong answers. Okay, don't feel sad, don't hesitate. The main goal is you are learning. If you don't answer today, then you forget tomorrow. Even if it's wrong, be confident, be bold, just say something. Don't say onion. If I ask what is this means, onion, I mean no, this is not vegetable. So left side called property, right side thing called value.
Value.
Okay, say after me. Left side thing called property, right side thing called value.
Value.
Something called
Property, value, property, value.
Value.
Okay, property means left side, value means right side.
Right side.
Okay, so width is the property. Width is the property, right? Defines the width in percent of containing block. Okay, so if I come here, so see, this is the example. If I go here 100%, okay, if I come here 50%, if I come here 100%, 50%, 100%, make sure that we are focusing on the color here. I'm going to explain this indentation. Why? If I come here, see, it does not affect the value, it's not affect the text, it's only affect the entire thing. 50%, the same thing. Okay, so make sure that always use CSS, W3 schools. That's what I use for my workplace. So okay, with the CSS property sets an element width. By default it sets the width of the content area, but if the box sizing is set border box, if set width of the border area. Anyways, so this is 175. If I put the 100, so it's a big, so it does not affect 5. Okay, 15, no, 115 is a big, so it's the width. Okay, so if I put 500, if you go here, so here you don't see anything here. Okay, you don't see anything here. If I put here background color red, why it's not giving background color red? So make sure that you have to have a semicolon. Okay, semicolon. If I forget semicolon, it does not affect anything. Let's say, let's take a blue. Now it affects everything. Okay, now it affects everything. Now you can see this is a 500%, it goes up to here. If now it's, see, if you see 50%, it comes the, it decrease the size, not the text. Make sure that, so did you see the difference? If I put the 500 here, the width of the entire text of the line. Okay, the entire text of the line. Do you have any questions? Do you understand? If not,
So can you please size the width of 5%?
okay, so if you put 5%, just this is called trial and error. Make sure that every property you have to know. Okay, 5%, it's like me.
Okay.
It's like, oh no, Sairam.
Okay, sir, I understand.
Okay, now you understand, right? Percentage affects the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay, percentage affects the whole thing. The percentage thing, it affects the whole thing. Okay, so okay, very important thing, if you guys in the programming interview job questions, as a front end developer, these questions they will ask you. So I'm going to write it down here in the notepad. Okay, so now so in HTML there are 3 types of elements. There are 3 types of elements. How many types of elements?
3 types of it.
Okay, what are those? Potato, onion, green chili. No, just kidding. First one is block element. Block elements means takes up the entire line. So okay, so block elements means takes entire line. Okay, so we will discuss in the class in along with our project. Second thing is um, inline block element. This one element, ELEMN element, this one we only use it for image and input element. Input element. Okay, third thing is inline element. Third one is inline element. Inline element is a text element. We will discuss these three things. Okay, block is inline block means, okay. The other thing
Straight
is,
line.
okay, very important thing I forgot to tell you. Div is a div is a block element by default. Okay, div is a block element by default. Okay, div element means division, or else remember it's just a box. It's just a box. It's not like a lunch box, but it's just a box. Okay,
Okay.
any doubts?
After.
Any doubts? No, right? So now
No.
I'm going to focus on, I'm going to put the 50. So why? So because I don't need this one, because I don't have that one, and then I'm going to delete here the red one. Okay, so okay, this is a, it's affects, if it affected only this one. Okay, so okay, so now you know whatever you put this. Okay, now this is, so now next one. Okay, next one, I'm going to target one more thing here. Instead of percentage, what does percentage affects, you already know. Now I'm putting only 100 pixels. Okay, if I go back here, so it's, so what does px do, pixels? So width, okay, come here, width, the height properties are used to set the height and width an element. So but in when you do the projects, you do, when you do the big projects, you don't use width and height. You use a different property. Width and height means static values, you know, right? Static means, so static means what will happen if you give a 100, it will only size the 100. But what if you, let's say, um, I'm going to give an example. Let's say button, I'm giving a click. So if I come here, I have a button called click. So I created one button click. If I come here, now I'm going to give a class name here. Okay, class name always here btn. Okay, so so now how can I focus on class? If I wanted to what we call, I wanted to focus on this class, how can I write it here? What I have to use for class? Karthik, say the answer. Karthik, if you want to focus on the class, what you have to use?
Oh,
Yeah, there is no right or wrong answer. Just you can say chicken. So there is no right or wrong answer. We are all friends, and you guys are wonderful students. Okay. Okay. Next, Ravi.
Sir.
If I wanted to focus on this class, how can I focus? How can I write it down here?
Sir, once you go to the index HTML,
So class name is btn.
yes, yes. You can use BTN, sir.
Okay. Next, Uma, sir, Akil.
So dot BTN.
What's the say it loud?
Dot BTN.
Yeah, dot and class name
Not
btn.
yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
I'm glad you said class name. You didn't say onion something like that. So I'm focusing on here. Uh, background color. No, not background color for button. I'm giving color uh, green. If I go here, I can see inside the green. Okay, so I just wanted to show you one thing here. So let's say if I use a property called okay, first I'm going to finish this one, then I will come back to here. So okay, 100 pixels, then 200. Okay, so now come here. um, so 500 pixels and max width pixels. So pixels, what does the pixels do means, so if you come here, if you see max width, if I only div element, div means this one container. Okay, this is this code is for only this one. Okay, so width is a 50. What will happen, what happened, the text comes out of the box. Did you notice the text comes out of the box? This is a called
Yeah.
static. So now it's okay. So how can I fix this one? See, every time if you give a, so in the developer, they don't expect you to come back every time to change that, right? So okay, here I give a width is equal to uh, 500 pixel. Okay, so when I go to my so this is a 500 pixel, right? Because my text is small. What if I have a bigger text here? I'm giving text here, I'm writing something random, so it doesn't matter whatever we write, so for learning.
Okay.
Okay, so if I go back here, see my text, if what if my text is bigger than this, it comes out of the text, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Sir, how much is the screen size with pixels?
what is that?
How much is the screen size with the pixels?
The width pixels is we put 500.
No, sir, I'm saying about the whole screen size.
This whole screen size I don't know, this is a default screen.
I in previous one you entered 500 pixels and it covered whole page.
Okay,
Hello?
so so okay, so okay, for now focus on here. If my text is this big, if my properties, my width size is 500, it comes out of the text, right? How can I overcome this? Every time, what if my text is 2000 lines? Do I need to go back and fix this one? Do you understand what is my question is here?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, what if I have a big lengthy question, too lengthy, 2000 lines? Do I need to come back every time to my application, my code, and fix the value? Is there any other alternative that can solve, which means what if I have every time, even if I increase my size, it also needs to increase the page. Let's say I'm going to show you one more property here. Let's say here I put a 10,
Padding.
so even if I put 10, it combines everything inside one. So
Okay,
padding,
okay, okay.
padding is the alternative property. You don't need to use a width property. Width property is a static, means you have to go back
Okay,
every time
okay.
to fix. But if you use a property
Okay.
called padding,
Padding.
padding what does is, even if you give a 1,
Sir, even if we use the padding for the height also.
yeah. So for now, padding by default we give left, right, bottom, top. So by default we will do that. So yeah, right now I'm telling you what is the alternative property. If I have 200,000 lines, too lengthy question, can I use a width property? No, you cannot. Go back to use a padding. Okay, makes sense, right? If someone
Yes, sir.
asks you HTML simple question, what property do I need to use for alternative of width? Just say padding. Then
Padding.
very great question. If I come here, um, padding top. If I put the top here, so we have top, uh, 10 pixels. Okay, make sure uh, 10 pixels. Okay, we have a top here. What if I need a padding bottom? Okay, we have a space for bottom here,
Okay.
space. Okay, what if my top, bottom, padding left, 10 pixels. Okay, so left side, see left side here. Okay,
That's
did
the
you see
yes,
the
sir.
space? Left side.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going right. You can see, come on Winnie, you can see the right side space. Makes sense. Okay, but our class is not ended. Usually for 1 hour I go very fast. Now I understand is I need more time than actual 15 days to complete this project. If so, you can let me know, you can let me know this speed is good, or do I need to increase the speed, sister Dolly?
Uh, this page is okay, brother.
Okay, so my one goal is make sure that even if you take 15 days or 30 days complete, you, what we call it, you have to be self reliant how to make in a website. So I didn't throw you 100 things, but last night class in 1 hour we finished so many. We built a small website, you guys know, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, portfolio. So I didn't do anything right now crazy. I just go one by one, one by one, one by one, how to focus one by one.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
um so yeah, but tomorrow, we are going to focus on more things, but so more things. Okay, right now let's say I'm going to, if I come here, um, I give a width is let's say 600. What will happen? The affect 600, right? So but then I'm going to give a height, only with height is oh my goodness, Winnie. Okay, I'm 300 is fine. Okay, so I don't need black right for now. Okay, oh magini bigini dagini, red color. So magic, so red color. So I'm thanks for coming to the class. We are already over 2 hours since I started class. But usually this class will be 1 hour. Today, since it's my day off, I don't have any classes today, and I don't even have any other stuff. So but Sunday I focus on more. I'm going to send you the timings in the group because I'm teaching right now. I have one more batch, so I have 5 classes right now every day. So yeah, so anyways, do you guys, Sister Dolly, do you have any questions? Okay, I will come back to you once.
brother.
Okay,
No, brother.
thanks, sister. You can exit, sister, if you don't have any questions.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
okay, next to you, Uma.
Sir,
Okay, now we can talk
I
in
think
Telugu.
you
I'm going to end this.